We're back. This broadcast is Norman Woodstock Spalding, your Skeleton Nation, broadcasting Bare Bones Studios, broadcasting network. Norman Woodstock Spalding, the only broadcaster, sole proprietor, kind of like the Shinbone star in Shinbone. And Mr. Peabody was certainly a relative of mine. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink enough water. That's my problem. Sir, it's what I don't do is causes my drunkenness. That's for sure. Not what I do. I'm working on doing more. You know how discipline is. It comes here and goes and lands. Like hang tight and keep your shoes tied, and they keep coming untied, that discipline. I'm not the only one having a problem. In Salem, it's all about jobs, according to the headline in the newspaper here, local. In Salem, Oregon. Well, that job, that term's being used federally, internationally. It's hoggy-wash. How many times my boss told me, don't make a job of this, especially during my apprenticeship in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. In most cases, I was not allowed to make a job of anything. I wasn't allowed to hurry. I wasn't allowed to rush. I wasn't allowed to behave anxious. Well, I wasn't allowed to make a job of it either. I had to stay very genuine about things. No job, no anxiety, either one. I find with the word job, you got a lot of anxiety in the Federal Reserve System. It's ornery. Now let me tell you something right now. The Federal Reserve System, or the wit of humanity, cannot afford the term job. That is beneath it. That challenge has nothing to do with work. That is overhead. It's an injection from an addict that makes a drug addict look like an angel. A grant-addicted human being uses that term for an injection in its mind. It is injecting something far worse than drugs. The illusion that this Federal Reserve System has got plenty available for jobs. It does not. All your jobs, you want to, it's tax expenditure, and then you want to retax the tax expenditure and call it tax. No, you've never been taxed. People that get paid with tax expenditure, you cannot pay tax. You just got paid with it. Now you can't pay a tax, and you shall not get taxed. And guess what? You shall not vote either. You're in a conflict of interest to vote. You get paid with a tax expenditure. You are not allowed to vote in the United States of America. Do you like me? Huh? It's time to cleanse the conflict of interest. Has nothing to do with where you're born or your ethnic or your genetics. It's what's in your mind. And it's time to cleanse it. Isn't it? Huh? Said the citizen in the United States, the last in line, the rudder of the ship. Do you understand me? Giddy going, none of the above on the ballot. You are not allowed to use these terms in this nation in front of your children. It evades the issue every time you open your not speaking mouth. You know better behind the scenes than anything you're selling. You're pandering misunderstanding, and there's no one misunderstands any longer. You're in a charade. You shall not do it any longer. Salem, Oregon, anywhere else on this planet. You look like a homeless idiot standing on a freeway with a sign wanting international grant. You are an addicted idiot. Do you understand me? And you shall do something else with your position and your conversation in that position, said the citizen. Now, I know you don't even have the understanding. So the citizen shall go door to door, collect a consensus, find out how many want none of the above on the ballot. Many, many do. Enough to form a referendum and bring it to a ballot and see how many want none of the above on the ballot with a vote. When the majority want that, then you will go back and write and add to your Constitution and vote again. Move! Then none of the above is part of your ballot. And the dissent you all whine about and charade, you can make it remark with a poll mark at election time. And like those sitting on the porch in the movie Secondhand Lion, You can use that ballot like a shotgun, and when they come around with their salesman and open that trunk, whammo! And they'll run off with their trunk flapping in the wind. Do you understand me? Huh? This whole planet is like Johnny. And they're all approaching you like a prostitute, telling you don't have any money. Now they're not believing you. Well, those coming have to have you say that in a way that they will believe you. You understand me? Move. Now I've given you the procedure and I expect you to move. As the King of the Jews, I command you. All over this planet. You shall have a discussion about your hypocrisy and you're all living in it. Oh my. Well, you're not going to get mad about it. It's a dilemma and you're going to fix it. Move. That's something kings of Jews demand. Very passively. Bye-bye. I'm going to stop this mechanism.